Are you thinking of selling your home and you have pets? Wondering what the best way to handle them is during the selling process? Well, stay tuned because I have some helpful tips and tricks to make selling with a pet much smoother, and it starts right now. I'm Dana Weis with eXp Realty here in gorgeous, sunny Melbourne, Florida. Thanks so much for watching today. If you haven't already, please support us by subscribing. We drop new videos every week and we love to hear from you all. So, almost everybody loves pets, right? Especially cats, maybe dogs. Who doesn't love dogs? Well, I will tell you who. The buyer looking at your house. People love their own pets, but for some reason, other people's pets can carry some sort of a stigma for the buyers who are house hunting, even if they own pets. So the big question is, how do we effectively market your home when you have one or multiple furry residents? You might even be thinking, Dana, how could anyone not like my pet? My pet is perfect. Well, the truth is, some pets can actually make people uncomfortable. We have got to remember that not everybody grew up with family pets or even enjoys regular outings to the Brevard Zoo. Also, what you may consider playful activity may seem like aggressive behavior to someone else. Pets and owners are all different. Have you actually seen the pictures of the ones that look alike? They're kind of funny. Many buyers will walk away from a house that if there's an animal in there and they perceive that it's an aggressive animal. Here's the thing. Do you know that it's not only dogs that can instill fear in some people? There are tons of silly wives' tales and superstitions about cats. In fact, many people are more scared of cats than they are dogs, which I totally don't get at all. I am a cat person, although I love dogs too. But here's the real kicker. And I'm sure you can agree that pets are not always predictable. An otherwise well-behaved, people-loving dog might just sense something or just not like something about someone. And that can actually spell disaster if you're wanting to sell your home to that person. As trained and as well-behaved as they are with you just can't predict their behavior when you're not around. Some buyer might just, imagine that your pet's bite, throws up, chews on the furniture, poops in the house, or just plain bad in general. Just what is the solution, and how do you make your house available for showings when you have a fur baby or a fur family residing inside? Well, the best and safest option you can take is to totally relocate your babies while the house is being shown. If that is at all possible, you should definitely do that. It's better for the animals and it's better for the showings. So if you're able to take them out for the day or even just for the showing, that is much better. Putting them in the backyard, the garage, or even a locked room is still going to be distracting and off-putting to some of those buyers. So really, for the best results, you could try leaving them with a neighbor, a friend, a relative, treating them to the spa for the day, taking them to work with you if you can do that, or maybe just going on an adventure at the dog park. Whatever you can do to get them out of the house, that's really the best scenario. Now, if none of these options work for you, don't worry. There are ways to minimize any objections or nuisance factors, whether they are real or just perceived. First, if you can't remove your pet from the home, put him or her in a carrier or a pen and let the agent know to put a note for the buyer's agent to make sure that no one messes with the pet. Although hopefully no one would do that anyway. But if they have small children in the house or whatever, kids love animals and they may go poking at the pet. So just make sure that the buyer is aware through their agent that there are an animal or animals on the premises. Is super important. Secondly, you want to keep the pet toiletries out of sight and keep the place impeccably clean, like you can eat off the floor, right? Nothing is going to turn off a buyer faster than opening a door and being greeted by a surprise or a whiff of, say, a full litter box. If there are stains or odor spots, you'll definitely want to have them cleaned by a professional if possible. Trust me, buyers will spot carpet stains immediately. Now, if you can't hire a professional, you can try those enzyme cleaners, but you really must do your best to get those odors out, odors and stains. Nothing is more off-putting or will chase a buyer out faster than the smell of pet urine. Lastly, the best thing is if you can just remove any signs of your pets being in the house at all for showings. I know this can be a massive pain, trust me, but the house shows better. Period. So if at all possible, put away food bowls, water bowls when they're not being used. You want to be sure to vacuum every day to avoid piles of fur. Yes, I know it's a pain, but it just makes such a big difference. You don't want to see all those little piles of fur everywhere, or the fur dust bunnies underneath the kitchen table when you're walking through the house and that kind of thing. People just think, ooh, they think you don't care enough to even get it cleaned up for them to, come see the house. So if you don't care about little things like that, are you going to care about bigger things that might be wrong with the house? It makes people go, You want to be sure to pick up toys along with cat trees, scratching posts, dog leashes, right? Any other things that you might have lying around that suggest you have a pet. And like I said before, if you have to leave a pet in the home for the showing, make sure that they're crated, kept in a safe space away from the main flow of traffic. So even though it's best and we would love your home to be pet free, we also want our fur babies to feel safe and as comfortable as possible. After all, this is a pretty stressful situation for them too. So if you'd like to see more videos about real estate, the Melbourne area, just fun things in general, take a look around. We are growing our collection like crazy. We post videos every single week. So if you're ready to make the wise choice, give me a call and we will see you next video.